Hi, friend. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Pam Lundell, and I wanted to bring you this conversation again because it's always relevant year after year. The holidays can be tender when you're grieving, and sometimes you just need to know that you're not alone. That's why Erin Hente is joining me again. She brings such simple, honest wisdom about walking through this season with grace for yourself. Thanks for being here, and I hope this is as special to you as it is to me. And I wish you and yours just a very, very Merry Christmas and all God's best in 2026. Welcome. This is what we like to call a Widow's Heart Extra because my guest is back. It's Erin Hente.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It seems like you were just here for episode 26, just a couple episodes ago, if you want to go ahead and check that out. But we had so much to talk about. And then, of course, the Christmas season. And Erin, I thought it would be valuable to get your insights on, grieving during the holidays, what it's like, what we can do. Because Erin, if you remember, she is a life coach as well as a world traveler taking groups around the world. You'll have to listen to episode 26 to find out more about that. But hey, Merry Christmas on the way. And I hope that you and yours have a happy Thanksgiving, but you've experienced a lot of loss. What are some of the things you've learned along the way?
Yeah. So before we even get into what our topic is today, I want to say that I think the biggest thing is surrounding ourselves with people who get it and just being able to really come together during the holidays. I think it's so easy to want to isolate ourselves and stay away from all the festivities because we feel like that may cause some of our pain as we navigate through the holiday season. But oftentimes, what I've found is whenever I'm showing up and actively participating, I quickly realize I'm not alone, especially as my own family has experienced so many different types of losses that is not true. I've got other people who get it, who know the pain of loss. Yeah. And we're just there supporting and having fun and being able to still honor and acknowledge our family members during the holiday season.
And you do something special with candles too. I love this tradition.
Yeah. And I didn't even start it, so I can't take credit for it, but it was a really tough holiday a few years ago. And I didn't realize until that moment that everyone in the house that had gathered together had been impacted by loss. We were getting ready to have dinner and we were going to say prayer for, bless the meal. And Jamie, my brother-in-law's brother-in-law, just said, you're going to notice that there's candles laid out on the table, one for each of our family members. And he went through and listed off all of their names. And he said, I just want you to, remember them and know that they're here with us in spirit this holiday season. It just was comforting. You look at the warmth of the lights and you see it there and you're like, they're very much so present in this experience.
And it was just a couple of weeks ago that through Widowmite, the nonprofit that we are both involved in, you're with the Young Widows group, I hosted with Lisa Apollo. We're all related. She was on one of my episodes too. She had such a great message. But we have a candle lighting portion of the luncheon, just remembering our husbands. And it's so impactful to me that when all of those candles are lit and they're just glowing, kind of in the shadows there, that's representing a husband that's in heaven.
Yeah.
It's very touching and profound, at the same time. So I love that. And I love the movie Coco. Have you seen Coco, the Pixar movie?
Yes, I did.
I love that tradition of just remembering your loved ones in, all year round, but having their pictures out and lighting candles. And I think that's just a great tradition that many will probably start, after hearing this, if they don't already do that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the empty chair services that we have at our churches this time of year too. Mm-hmm. So you talk to grief groups a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I travel all over the Twin Cities, particularly during the holidays, to the different grief coalitions, and they have me come and speak to their group. And just given the nature of my own experience, as well as some of the training and different support that I have gotten equipped with over the years, I put together a presentation for a lot of the grievers during the holidays to really help them just come up and know that there's really no right or wrong way to doing the holidays, but there are some things that you can begin to think about and anticipate to be a little more prepared for the holiday season as you navigate it.
Yeah. And I love how you say, wherever you may find yourself today, it's okay.
It is okay.
It's okay to be wherever you are. So 10 key reflections compiled from other holiday grievers. What stands out for you? We could probably, run through most of them.
Yeah. So I think this is to go without being said, but the first one, anticipating grief's presence, like it's going to be there. Mm-hmm. We're going to remember those beautiful moments that maybe we don't get back in exactly the same way we did once before, but also knowing that there are going to be those moments where in the present we can still remember our loved one and how they're showing up in our activities during the holidays, I think is still also something
I love
that we can take with us.
And the second one is discerning your preferences of activities. And that's just doing what you want to do, right? And not doing what you don't want to do.
Right. Now, if you don't want to do anything, there's going to be, I would say, I would encourage you, say yes, but also there's going to be some other key things here that will be helpful because, you can decide, choose what you want to do. And there may be people that you need to surround yourself with this year that you don't normally, and that's okay. I think there are going to be traditions that we carry forward, and it's okay to also create new traditions. And so the key word is preference. What is your preference for what you want this holiday season?
Yep. And something comes to mind to me, too. I went to a Christmas get-together with couples that John and I had always gotten together with, throughout the year, and especially at the holidays. And I went by myself, and I thought, I can do this. And then I wasn't okay. I kind of just really felt his absence. And I kind of did the old Irish goodbye. I didn't say goodbye to anybody. And I just kind of slunk out the back door. But one very intuitive friend, saw me and ran out and walked me to my car and gave me a big hug. It was please stay, but I'm not going to make you. I understand.
Yeah. So that'll go into number 9 that we're going to talk about, planning an exit strategy.
Oh, just disappear. And then it's so important. Number 3, concentrate on your health. The first Christmas after my husband died, I was so sick because I had been like his caretaker. Yeah. And all of a sudden, there wasn't a need to do that anymore. And it's like everything just dropped, the way I felt and my health.
Yeah. I think rest comes to mind, restore. We got to find that balance during the holiday season because, if you were the caregiver or you haven't been caring for yourself throughout the year, I think the holidays is a great reminder to take time to rest. Let others tend to you. You do not have to be the one hosting the holiday parties, even if you were the one who always did it.
Amen.
Take time to let others care for you and communicate what you need.
And something that kind of has a subject that's come up in many of my episodes, too, is accept support. Yeah. Sometimes you're used to doing everything yourself, and wow. And it's, as my guest, Karen Sullivan, said in the episode 27 that is out right now, they're grieving, too, and they want to do something.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and it's not easy for us. We think that we're fine. Everything's okay. We could take care of, that is just our way of coping to create that first divider between others and how we're feeling. And accepting means opening up to your heart and I think your mind to whatever it is that person is offering. And that's not always easy. It's easy for us to give. Mm-hmm. We're that comes second nature to those people who are used to just giving. But to receive, this is our time to receive. Yeah. So accept it. It's not easy. What happens if you say yes?
Right. Do it.
Do it.
Say yes.
Just do it.
And then, of course, maintain healthy relationships. Where do people get stuck there?
I think in isolation, we can tend to go inward. We may not reach out because we're waiting for others to reach out to us. And there are people who care deeply for us. They get into their own worlds and they have a lot of their own things going on this holiday season, but they may be somebody who was really encouraging and can show up for us in the way that they need. They may just not know. And so I think that it's really means actively participating in maintaining that healthy relationship by reaching out, sending a text, Maybe it's not a holiday card, it's a phone call. But there are relationships that we need that are really uplifting and encouraging. And so I feel like that's a KTIS. Yeah. Uplifting and encouraging. I just stole the words right off your...
It's a good bra.
Yeah, right? The ones that are, think of a healthy relationship. Yeah, that's uplifting and encouraging.
I always laughed.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't from here, that is one of our slogans at KTIS, and I'm probably going to get in trouble. No, I'm just kidding. But, and then I was thinking, too, Karen Sullivan's book in episode 27, Angels and Bolters. And you know what? If someone's a bolter, and I've been in my life, I didn't know how to deal with something, so I just kind of disappeared. I'm not proud of it, but if that's how you operate, it's okay, isn't it?
It is. It's okay. And I think we just have to recognize what we need, and maintaining healthy relationships isn't always, again, others having to reach out to us, which it can be. So if there are people who are supporting grievers, I think that's a great idea, but it works both ways. And we need to let them know that you want them along for this journey during the holidays.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah. And then, of course, number 6 is be patient with yourself. I've been on the impatient end too. So it's really important.
I was just talking to a widow on the way here who had just got done sharing that she had gone to a support group, which was very good. It's what she needed. But she heard all the other people talking about what they do for the holidays. And she got so many ideas and started to get overwhelmed. And then I listened to what she was saying. She's like, I should be doing all of these things. And that's what can start to happen is like we think we should be doing this, that, or the other, but it may not be our timing. Like not right now, but we also can acknowledge what it is that we need during the holiday season. So when I say be patient with yourself, like there's not anywhere you're supposed to be. Yeah. Except right here.
That came the phrase, don't should all over yourself.
I think I said that.
You said that.
I think that was on our podcast.
I think that was on our original podcast.
Yeah, and I did say that. Remember, don't should all over yourself.
And then, of course, we may have talked about this already, but don't isolate yourself or cancel holiday plans.
Yeah.
These are reflections, by the way, of other holiday grievers, Christmas, Thanksgiving, the whole thing, even, Valentine's Day is on the way. Yeah. So why is it not a good idea to cancel?
Well, and I'm going to say this, it's so easy to say no, like sometimes, but when we have been isolating ourselves and not getting ourselves around other people, there's a time to like cancel plans if it's not with those healthy relationship people that you want in your life, right? If it's not supportive of what you need, I give you permission. But sometimes we need to just go because oftentimes what we anticipate is far different than our actual experience itself. So we might think we are going to have a really hard time and the grief is going to be too much. We're not going to be able to control ourselves or whatever the case might be. But oftentimes when you get there, it's completely different. And we don't want you to miss out on that.
So be patient with insensitive statements. What were some of your favorites?
Oh, there's so many. Be patient with insensitive statements.
It's time to move on. You can get married again.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. So one I even heard of really recently was from someone who had lost a child, and they're like, you're so young, at least you'll be able to have more children.
Yeah.
So during the holidays, there are going to be those things that come up. People are going to be well-meaning. They don't know what they don't know. And so not only do we sometimes have to be patient with ourselves, we have to be patient with others and just remind ourselves, where is this coming from? If it's coming from a good place, sometimes we can just let it go.
And then we're at the old plan and exit strategy. My strategy of just disappearing, probably not the best. But, I didn't want to make a big deal of exiting that holiday party so many years ago by saying goodbye to everybody. And then it's like, oh, the widow is feeling sad. And, so I just left. But like I said, there was that one really sweet friend who came out and understood. And I did need that. I needed that hug.
Yeah. And I think you're going to have those people, and sometimes you just have to do what's right for you. I am the queen of just exiting stage left and not saying anything.
Yeah, same thing, right? Yeah.
It's okay. People will message and be like, where did you go? You can let them know or not. It's okay. I think that they often don't know how overwhelming emotions it's almost like a fight or flight, can cause us to flee the scene and give you and you need to create space for yourself to give yourself time to process through whatever may be coming up. And if that means completely leaving, it's okay. You did it. You showed up.
Amen.
You were there. And now it's time to go.
And your number 10 says encouragement from former grievers. So that's kind of our tribe, kind of surrounding yourself with others, not specifically just widows, but that's, a definite journey. But, others who have lost someone dear to them can lift you up.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that comes back to, especially during the holidays, there's so many opportunities to do that, whether it be go to like a candle lighting ceremony or to go to a grief support group or connect with a friend who may be a little further along on the journey and just go have coffee, exchange gifts, go do a fun night of music or whatever. But I think it's been good for me to see how other people have navigated through stuff, because it shows me that like I can get through it too. The first year was still really hard, but I had met with a woman, I think I shared this before, a few weeks after Andy died, a friend of a friend of a friend on Facebook. We got together for coffee, and she was a year and a half out. Actually, this was in July, but my brain was already thinking about the holidays ahead, and so I knew she had gotten through it. And it was just knowing and talking to her, and her not telling me that everything was going to be okay. It was her just saying, yeah, it was hard for us, but we did it and we're still here, and you just have to do what was right for you. And for me, that meant just going and experiencing holidays in the same way without Andy to see if I still wanted to do that. And the next year was doing something completely different. And so we have to just discern what's best for us. But oftentimes those people just a little further ahead can offer up a kind of a roadmap. We can kind of see something. Oh, it is possible to make it to the end of the road.
So, Erin, you were on just a couple episodes ago, episode 26. And then if you want to listen to Erin's first podcast with A Widow's Heart, that's episode 14. But I just thank you for your insight and your empathy, too, because you're still on that road, and just kind of encouraging women and those who have lost their spouse. We have many widowers listening, too, that they, too, can help get through the holidays, especially that first one and that second one.
Yeah, and I think we have to I was just thinking as I was reading when I was looking at the podcast app, and I saw a message from one of your viewers, and they said, such a joyful message every episode. I cry, smile, and celebrate Jesus. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what we also can focus on this holiday season. Mm-hmm. When we take that focus away from us and what the season is really about and why we're here.
Yeah.
I think we can show up in a completely different way. It's so easy to become isolated by our emotions from our grief that we've experienced. But this isn't always about us, right? There's something far bigger that we get to focus on and celebrate this holiday season.
And the one quote that I love and that I shared at the Novembering event, too, as you're heading into this Christmas season, is this. It's so hopeful. Missing someone gets easier every day, because even though it's one day further from the last time you saw each other, it's one day closer to the next time you will.
Yes. When you said that, and even just now, I get the chills throughout my entire body, because it's true.
There was tears in my eyes.
That's not a statement that we can deny.
Yeah.
We do. We will be reunited. And also, I always remember, like, Andy, my late husband, is cheering me on. He is very present in my thoughts, in my memories, in the way that I have to parent my kids. I always think about him. But also I'll get to see him again.
Amen.
So
Merry
thank
Christmas,
you for that,
my friend, and happy 2024.
Same to you.